Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring the Weird Frontiers role-playing game. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this dungeon crawl classic style Weird West RPG, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about the Elder Gods as patrons, as well as mercurial magic. In ages past, during a time erased from the history of humankind, Elder Gods carved thrones from mountains and enslaved humans, who served as playthings to twist and torment, while they devised greater plans of conquest. Rescue would come through the benevolent Celestials, who helped the enslaved rebel and overwhelm their dark masters. Had it not been for Nyarlathotep's clever escape to the Dreamlands before his brothers and sisters were imprisoned, the world would still be untainted by the events of the 7 days of night. Sadly, whether from naivety or a thirst for forbidden knowledge, there are those who tempt fate by opening doors to eternal darkness, welcoming communication with those that wait in exile. Occultists may fuel their spell work by willingly opening themselves up to the dark powers, seeking entry into the world. Doing so offers a bonus to the spell check, but at the cost of automatic corruption that cannot be avoided by spending luck. The invoked powers grant increasingly greater bonuses, depending on the degree of corruption. Rather than merely flirting with the dark powers, occultists may make blood pacts with them. Occultists who walk the line or follow the path of the damned may use this spell Invoke Patron to serve one of the many dark things eager to answer the call. Occultists choosing to bond with one of the many Elder Gods must do so in secret, lest their allies put them down, thinking they have shifted sides. Making the pact gives the occultist an additional spell at each level, in addition to a positive modifier to Invoke Patron rolls. Granting such favors instills confidence in the occultist, lulling them into thinking they are in control. Elder Gods are patient, seeing a decade as mere seconds. They wait for the moment where a word to an incantation is forgotten, or a symbol is traced slightly off. To represent this, anytime the bound occultist miscasts a spell, the result must include a roll on one of the corruption tables. Should a result not include a corruption table roll, move to the next highest result, where a roll on a corruption table is called for. In addition, the roll is made at a penalty to the roll. Higher results on the corruption tables are generally worse for the character. Let's talk about mercurial magic. All occultists share a similar talent for casting wondrous spells and performing forbidden rituals, though that is where the similarity stops, as each is a unique interpreter of the arcane. The ebb and flow of arcane energies are in constant flux, and each caster channels the energies through every cell of their being, adding a unique signature to the result. To represent the mercurial effects of a spell, have the occultist roll once on the mercurial effects table each time a new spell is added to their grimoire, using a D100 and modifying the roll by any luck modifier multiplied by 10%. Let's talk about some of these mercurial results. Maybe there is hair growth. All hair on the caster's head grows 2d12 inches immediately after the spell is cast. Perhaps the caster can see the aura of any living being, even through other objects, at a range of 30 feet for 1d10 rounds when this spell is cast. Perhaps the caster of this spell takes no damage from cutting weapons for 1 hour. Or maybe the caster has a flash from a parallel time stream, where they just cast the spell in question. Should the caster successfully guess the number rolled on their spell check die, the spell will continue to cast itself with the same casting result for 1d3 rounds. Or maybe the spell may be cast without the usual utterance of words. These are just some of the examples, some of the results. When it comes to rare spell components, occultists seek special components needed to work their magic. Rare components are often valued as much as the spell they charge, and judges should place a casting bonus of up to +4 with their use. Occultists are required to spend 1 hour preparing the ingredient for each bonus offered before the item is ready for a one-time use. Concerning ritual magic, Some spells benefit from rites and rituals that require multiple casters working in tandem, along with spell burn and sacrifice. Standard spells may be cast ritualized should a group of occultists wish to increase the power of a spell and are prepared to spend the additional time in casting. Obviously, the results are considerably more powerful. Sacrifices paid in either money or blood magnify spell effects to astounding levels. Concerning spell burn, occultists are true scions birthed from the arcane energies that interact with all living things, including the earth that hosts them. To spell burn, the occultist must declare the act before a spell check is made, and any dice are rolled. The caster temporarily deducts points from any of the 3 physical ability scores, strength, agility, or stamina, that will serve as a positive modifier to the coming spell check. Occultists can lose spells from a low spell check, but through spell burning, an occultist can temporarily retrieve a lost spell by spell burning 1 ability point. The spell returns for 1 round, and must be cast on the round the occultist retrieves the spell. Finally, an occultist may spell burn 1 point in order to select any spell result lesser than the rolled result for the spell check. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about the magic of the Revelators. Occultists in this RPG are truly going to walk a fine line if they are attempting to perform these forbidden rites. And when it comes to mercurial magic, this not only establishes the originality of the occultist, it also establishes a firm thematic grasp on the connection that exists between the occultists and the beings from beyond. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you, and see you later.